2025-26 Budget and Proposed 2026 Property Tax Truth and Taxation Meeting. The factors affecting your taxes will cover the big picture, the property classification and value, the school district factors affecting pay 26, and then cover any questions that you have. Why have a Truth and Taxation meeting? The Truth and Taxation Law passed in 1989. There are two major requirements. The tax statements. Counties must send out proposed property tax statements in November based on proposed tax levies set by taxing jurisdictions. This includes counties, cities, townships, and school districts. We must also have a public hearing. Most taxing jurisdictions must hold a public meeting prior to certifying the final levy. This meeting must cover payable 2026 levy, the fiscal year 2026 budget, and offer time for public comments and questions. Who sets the school levy? Components of a district tax levy are either state formula set by the legislature. This includes general education formula, operating capital, career and tech, reemployment, and various other forms of revenue. It also includes voter approved as authorized by the state, operating referendum or building bonds. How is my property tax determined? County assessor determines the market value of each parcel or property. The Minnesota legislature sets formulas for tax capacity. These formulas determine how the tax burden is split on different types of property. The county auditor calculates the tax capacity for each parcel based on the information above. The county auditor divides the total levy by total tax capacity of the district to determine the tax rate needed. The tax rate is multiplied by each property tax capacity. Certain levies are spread based on market value rather than tax capacity. These are the sources of general funds across the state. State sources is 72%, federal sources 7%, property taxes 16%, other local sources 5%. Funding will trail inflation by $1,470 per pupil in fiscal year 2026. Property tax levies, school versus non-school. You can look at the chart just to compare the two, and then statewide is at the bottom.
That's across the state?
Across the state, yep. Okay. This is the 2025-2026 school year budget. We're budgeting revenues of $9,272,839 and expenditures of $9,058,655 for a net difference of $214,184. This is a solid budget based on fiscal year 2025 actuals. Last year, the district was within 1% of the budgeted revenues and within 5% of the budgeted expenditures. The district did a great job of keeping expenditures in check. $375,365 under budget. So what is included in this budget? Levy revenue is $2,037,662, which is 21% of the budget. This includes a budgeted increase of 3% for wages and supplies district-wide, and also an increase of 5% for health insurance. $40,000 for capital curriculum purchases to meet the state standards. We also included budgeted cost savings in retirement and replacement of new staff, as well as possible benefits. Compensatory revenue is also down $70,000 from 2025, which was included in the budget. And our enrollment is stable from last year, so we're about the same. So this is an example of what your property tax statement would look like. It includes property classification and market value, the proposed tax, and then watch for your 2026 statement for 2027 in the spring and when to appeal. Effective tax rates for 2025. Farm is 0.41%, seasonal recreation 0.74%, residential homestead 1.15%, apartment 1.43%, public utilities 2.44%, and commercial industrial 2.90%. This shows your share of property tax liability. Market value share for 2024, and then share of net taxes payable in 2025. Egg to school rural land tax credit. It's a permanent law enacted in 2017. It affects all existing Fund 7 debt levies except for OPEB funds. It provides reductions for farmers and timber owners. It will remain at 70% in 2026. The revenue for Egg to School comes from state income, sales, and other tax revenues. Find your Egg to School tax credit on your property tax statement. How does your school district compare? So if you look at Lake of the Woods County, we are in the dark yellow area at the top, which means we are between $140,000 to $380,000 in credits. The Egg to School tax credit provides 70% break on construction and bond issues. At Lake of the Woods, 22% of the tax base is egg land, which means the state covers 15% of the facility bond portion. This is the equalization factors for LOR and operating referendums. For Lake of the Woods, the local option revenue for 2026 is $308,713.60. School factors affecting 26 levies. Possible reasons for changes to your parcel. change in value or classification of your property, change in enrollment numbers, change in valuation of property in the district, local decisions and requirements, adjustments for prior years, the estimate to actual, and legislation changes. How does our district compare in operating referendum revenue? Our district is $24.24 per adjusted pupil unit. The mean district is $513. So if we take $24.24, multiply it by 426.4 APU, that comes to $10,335.94. Our FY27 property wealth picture for operating referendums. Our district is at $863,179 per RPU. So we are in the orange, which is greater than the median. Long-term facilities maintenance is included in the property taxes for pay 25. The school board and MDE approved 10-year facility maintenance plan includes window replacement, door replacement, exterior masonry maintenance and repairs, replacement of deteriorated vinyl tile flooring, repair of sidewalks, and improve drop-off area for traffic flow, accessibility, and student safety, and also roof replacement. Our LTFM revenue is $152,911.91. The state share is $2,157.67, and the local levy share is $150,754.24. This is reflected in proposed property tax notice under other levies. This is our proposed pay 2026 levy certification for the Lake of the Woods School. For general fund, $1,211,873.46, which is an increase of $327,247.90. Community ed, $35,336.67, a decrease of $12,991.28. General debt service, $1,455,935.32, which is an increase of $351,227.32. So overall, the total, $2,703,145.45, which is an increase from last year of $665,483.94. If you have any additional questions or want more information on your proposed property taxes and truth in taxation, you can call the state at that 1-800 number, or else you can even reach out to the county auditor or treasurer at the information above. Any questions? Okay.
Thanks. So I'll take I'll move.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
All right, I guess we'll segue into the working session. Any citizen forum? We get to hear from Sheena again, or did that take care of Sheena's portion? Okay. The board committees.
Oh, she.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
sorry. I thought you said.
I meant,
I thought
no,
you said that was
she's
it.
going
Yeah.
to, yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm going over the monthly budget report, which has been sent out and passed out to everyone. So right now, through the month of November, we are 41% expended. Our state revenues are at 23% received, federal revenues 5% received, local revenues 43% received. Your total revenues by site: food service 23% received, community service 7% received, debt redemption 13% received, and student activities 53% received. Grants for 2025-2026, Title 401, our quarter one draw was $9,416.17. The next draw will be completed in January.
And is the total amount that 150?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
cool.
the total amount that we'll be getting for the year.
Got it.
For expenditures, salaries and wages are 27% expended. Employee benefits, 29% expended. Purchase services, 49% expended. Supplies and materials, 40% expended. Capital equipment, 6% expended. And other is 60% expended. So we are coming close to closing in on negotiations. So what you will see is we'll be completing retros, and salaries and wages expended will go up. But we are way under at this point in the year, just keep in mind. But in the initial budget, we did budget for a 3% increase. So as of now, we are right on track. Even with the retros, we should be very close to being on track. So everything looks good so far. Your total expenditures by site: food service, 39% expended. Community ed, 42% expended. Debt redemption, 13% expended. And student activities, 50% expended. Our revenue is sitting at 25% received, $2,323,585.96. Expenditures, 29% expended, $2,641,439.83. That is a current deficit of $317,853.87. So business office update. Paid family medical leave goes into effect January 1st. Information has been sent to all staff and board members via email. I have received a lot of signed papers back. We've sent out paper forms that everyone can return via email, and also through SmartER electronically. I also included the link that we received from our insurance company to file a claim. That link will not actually work until January 1st. So the claim process packet has been sent out to all staff and is also available through Google, like our staff forms, and also in SmartER. So if an employee wants to read more information on it or figure out how to submit a claim, all the information is available. And then I can also point everyone in the right direction. Paper packets will also be available in the office, just to make it make several different forms available to everyone. The pay equity report is due this year. This is completed every 3 years. So it's due January, at the end of January, I'm not sure. But so that information will be provided at the next board meeting. So the board will actually have to review it and approve it, and then the state reviews everything and just makes sure we're in compliance. Back to paid family medical leave. So this week I'm working on programming payroll. So all staff will have a benefit code and a deduct code, and then I'll make a new time off option available in Time Tracker, just so we can better track if anyone, just to keep it separate from the regular time. There's still a lot of questions. We'll learn along the way. We have received different information from TRA and PERA on what we do. So once people apply and they have questions, at least I'll know what information to share. So now I'm working on calendar year end. Just this last payroll, just checking on everyone's deductions, making sure everyone's in compliance and doesn't exceed anything, any mandates or exceeds any of their deductions. And then we'll move into W-2s, New Year setup, and all of that. So it'll be busy, and then we'll move into updating the budget. So hopefully that should be February or March, just depending on how we're at for any changes this year. But any questions?
Sounds like financial fun.
A lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Sheila. Thanks. All right, now on to board committees. What committees met?
On December 8th, the School Force Committee met. A lot of discussion about idea being proposed about a hammock garden. Ultimately, about it as a bunch of hammocks that we would have out at just near the school here, and give the students an opportunity to go out there during class with their teacher to read in a nice, quiet school environment, forest environment. We talked about the ski and snowshoe event coming up in a couple of months. It's going to be tentatively on February 25th, but it's tentative, so it's not set in stone here. We talked about ideas for planting trees and what that process would look like on the south of 40, on the just south of the school here. Nothing's put into, it's a lot of land to plant, and so just kind of exploring ideas and options. And there's also discussion about invasive species of buckthorn being found in the school forest and how to remedy that and process for getting rid of that. Am I missing something, Jared?
No, I think they marked it all. One of the classes went out there and found it, marked it all with, I don't know how they did it, with ribbons or whatever.
Yeah.
The orange ribbons you get or whatever you get. Then, I don't know, the DNR was willing to come out with whatever it is that they have.
Isn't it really hard to get rid of?
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, part of the, going back to the hammock garden, there was a lot of discussion about how to make it as maintenance-free as possible. such as like,
Wood chips.
yeah, so that way it's not just a nightmare to mow around. Some landscape fabric, perhaps some, wood chips, so that way, you know, it keeps the mud down and stuff and keeps the area clean and doesn't put our facilities folks, maintenance, in a position where they have to mow and more mowing than they already have.
Trim
so.
around stuff, and so. I don't know, I don't think a location has really been picked, but they're looking at a few different locations like that. So.
I haven't looked, but is there, maybe already something in the works, but have we looked at planting trees on the north side of the building as kind of a windbreak for the?
I don't think it wasn't a topic of discussion at this last meeting. Was it a topic
Would that
before
be
that you know of, or?
It's come up before, like when, since we kind of want to use that loop, that,
Would that be a buildings and grounds, not a school forest?
well, they've got the trees,
Yeah.
so that's kind of where that coincides with. I think you guys have planted, or past, planted around the baseball diamonds and stuff like that for that reason.
Yeah, I think they're looking at about 200 trees this year, or better.
And that's a good point. I mean, maybe with our next meeting, we can bring that up and incorporate that into any potential future work on the north side of the building. We were having a conversation about the importance of soil samples, so we just don't go out there and like, hey, we're just gonna plant some, you know, various pines out here, and then 2 years later, it's, why are they dying? Because, you know, it's all clay or, but yeah. It's, I don't know, I can't think. I know I didn't participate in any of the committee meetings.
That was about it.
It was, we had the facilities meeting on the 4th.
Oh. Yep,
I forgot about that.
yeah, I mean, I can
Yes, we did.
speak about our facilities, meeting just briefly. I think there's a lot of discussion about, where do we go from here with referendum, you know, timing and stuff and projects and to summarize it, there's discussion about moving forward with certain projects as early as this summer, spring. There's others, you know, the importance of not biting off more than you chew, you know, right away, and staggering perhaps some of the larger projects over time. There's just discussion about prioritizing what comes first, kind of a discussion about top-down approach, as far as, you know, the importance of roof, siding, you know, brick and windows before we start, you know, entertaining any inside projects.
I think we also, now that you've refreshed my memory, I think we decided we're gonna need more meetings to discuss some of the plans and some of the details of the plans and, coming up, so.
Yep.
We'll be having more of them.
And I did see Winseth here end of last week out there doing some surveying, I guess you would say, out. So just kind of gathering information and mapping out different areas of the parking lot. Yeah, I don't know. Something else I'm missing with that, but I think it's kind of covered it all.
I think you hit the main points.
Yeah, Dale put together a good list of different things that he's got, keeps him awake at night, so,
Yep.
which was good. So,
Okay, were there any other committees meet? Then we will go on to superintendent's report.
Good evening. Student counts. So I went back all the way to September, just wanted to double check some things and make sure we have our counts accurate that we've been providing. And so just going back, as of September 30th, we were at 424 K-12 plus 17 pre-K. As of the end of October, 421 K-12, 17 pre-K. As of December 11th, 419 K-12, 16 pre-K. That compares with the same time last year. We were at 435 K-12 with 24 pre-K. So some changes from last year. This year we had a family that moved out, and things. So, but nothing major. Construction. So the contract with Kraus Anderson and Widseth. So continuing reviewing the contract with assistance from our school district attorney, as well as a couple other superintendents that have a lot of experience with this and are currently undergoing some projects of their own. So we are in the process of preparing a counter proposal to Kraus Anderson in regard to some of the costs and some things around that contract. So once we get that back from them, then I would offer a meeting with our facilities transportation committee again to look that over, then to bring with the goal bringing it to the school board in January. By doing that, we would still potentially be on track to get some major projects done this summer. Minnesota paid leave, as our business manager talked about, numerous notices have been given out and emailed out and requests to acknowledge receipt of those notices. We're also have a brief update in the employee handbook, which is on the agenda for tonight. And then also working on more detailed administrative procedures around Minnesota paid leave. As Sheena talked about, some of those pieces we're just getting from that insurer, and as things are being put together. And we did finally get from MSBA just kind of that generic, it's not a policy, but just generic piece to put into an employee handbook. So we're updating those to then share out with the board in preparation for the January board meeting as well. Community engagement. So the last couple weeks, I did have the opportunity to meet with A&I Pharmaceuticals. I got to tour the plant and had a great conversation with them on some potential partnering that can benefit our students, benefit them, and just kind of how we work together in our community moving forward. So we had, again, a great conversation there. We're going to be setting up in January for the cabinet team to go over there over a couple of days, an administrative team, and then we would also, once we have those dates set, invite the board. So through during those two opportunities, if you're able to come over, again, the purpose being to tour their facility and engage in a little more conversation on how we partner and how we work within our community together. Coffee and conversation session, third one, took place on the 11th. Again, well attended. In every opportunity, getting a different group of people coming out, so it's not just the same few people coming out, so that's been wonderful. And then moving forward, going to be looking at more of like a focus with each month and inviting a board member maybe to join and some other things. So as we're getting that set up, I'll let the board know as well. Also, this week last week attended the Lake of the Woods County Opioid Settlement Funds Advisory Council, and then also attended the, now I forgot the name of it, Mary can maybe help. Prevention Coalition. So they're under a new grant and doing some things. And then also met with President John Hoffman from Bemidji State on the 11th, was down and talked a little more about some of their programming that they offer for adults and also kiddos, and talking about some opportunities maybe in the future of partnering with them in terms of what we do as part of our instructional programming. Other than that, I've only had one other piece come to me to bring to the board, and that is when we're in our board meetings, to talk a little bit closer to the mic so that our folks that are watching online can better hear us. And then on the table from Border Bank, you have some goodies and a card from them as well. Any questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mary Merchant.
Good evening. Our elementary PBIS Quarter 1 activity was using the beam projector, and comments from Mrs. Nylander after the activity is definitely would like to do that again. It was wonderful. The kids were divided, and Dave Peterson also helped out because we did it on Friday, a swim day, so we could have 2 adults down there because only so many kids can do the beam at a time, and so we had that going, and then some different stations, and it was just great to see all the movement and activity and knowing that we have this beam and to be able to utilize it more often. So I said, by all means, if they want that to be the focus for our PBIS engagement, I am more than game for that to be what we do. Mid-quarter ended last Friday, so grades are posted on Synergy and parents have been notified, and study time, if students are required to go, will begin on Monday. And next, lots of bullets on my board report have to do with fun things like choir, going to the care center a number of times. Mrs. Nardine is taking 3 different groups there. And then this Thursday's our K2 music program. And then starting on Wednesday, we have dress-up days for high school and elementary, and hopefully Santa is going to be visiting our elementary kiddos. And student council has candy canes for Santa to hand out to all the elementary kids. And then boys basketball game, and Sam Lyon has arranged popcorn to be donated for the kids. So it'll be great for our athletes to have a gym full of people. And then jumping into January, because I know it's going to come quick, will be the spelling bee for our 5th through 8th graders. So busy, fun things going on. Any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Yep.
Anybody got anything else? Going once? Going twice? And we'll close the working session at 6:38, and we'll reconvene the board meeting at 7 o'clock.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cheat sheet. Here we go. I need a motion and a second to approve the December 15th, 2025 meeting agenda. Do we have any changes before we approve it? I assume, no? Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kay Johnson,
I'll second.
second by Sonstigard. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any board presenters? Written communication. Old business. On to new business. Need a motion and a second to approve the November 24th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes.
Motion by Hack.
Motion by Hack,
I'll second.
second by Sonstigard. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Need a motion and a second to approve the invoices, financial statements, bank reconciliation, wire transfers, and purchase card statements.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kay Johnson,
Severs will second.
second by Severs. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Need a motion and a second to approve resolution 2025/2026-08 to set the property tax levy for 2025 payable in 2026.
Motion by Hack.
Motion by Hack,
I'll make a second.
second by Kay Johnson. Any discussion? The years are correct, right? Levy for 2025, okay, just double checking. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Need a motion and a second to approve resolution 2025/2026-09 accepting a donation of $800 in memory of the Gerald Bugler, Bugler for the baseball program.
I'll make the motion.
That was Severs,
I'll second.
second by Sonstigard. All in, any discussion? Wait a minute, where are we at?
You're right.
There we go.
You're right.
Yes, thank you to the family of Gerald
Yep.
Bugler.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Need a motion and a second to approve the contract agreement for professional services with Northland Counseling Center.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kay Johnson,
I'll second.
second by Sonstigard. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We need a motion and a second to approve the resolution stating the intention of the school district to issue general obligation school building bonds, Series 2026A, in the maximum aggregate principal amount of $5 billion, and taking other actions with respect thereto. And this is a roll call vote.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sonstigard,
Second by Hack.
second by Hack. Any discussion? And we'll do a roll call vote. Boyd Johnson, yay. Robin Sonstigard,
Yay.
Jerem Hack,
Abstain.
Craig Severs,
Yay.
yay. Nate Hayes,
Yay.
Kayla Johnson.
Yay.
Motion carries. I need a motion and a second to approve the updated 2025-2026 employee handbook.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kay Johnson,
I'll second.
second by Severs. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That was unanimous, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Need a motion and a second to approve the Comprehensive Achievement and Civic Readiness, CACR, fiscal year 2025 summary and the fiscal year 2026 goals.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Severs,
I can second.
second by Hayes. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now we need to set the organization date for 2026.
Usually we meet
It'll be January sometime,
Like
usually in the
the-
morning.
Before the regular?
like the 4th or the 5th
Yeah,
or
you
something.
have it-
Okay,
have it
it's
right away
usually,
in
like,
the
right
morning.
away, okay, got it.
In the month. So,
Like that Monday or Tuesday. 4th or
yeah,
5th or-
there's Monday, after New Year's, the first Monday is January 5th. So we've got basically the 5th through the 9th that we should probably schedule it for. Any dates not work for anybody,
I'm wide open that first week.
so am I.
In the past, we've done it in the morning.
We've usually done it in the morning, because it usually doesn't take too long, like an hour tops.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if we have to necessarily set the committees at this one, maybe, I don't know, we'd have to figure that one out. The organizational meeting doesn't take very long.
No. I'm okay with that Monday morning at,
What do you want? Afternoon work, or is it?
no, it doesn't, well, I don't know. I guess I don't know what everybody else has.
I prefer not mornings, unless
Okay.
some
Like,
hack would probably, because of work.
at this
I can-
point, the 5th through the 9th, any time works for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, anybody who has a restriction on time, now's the time to speak up.
Not, I prefer not, like when school starts.
So not in the morning?
I think we've done it like
Well,
early,
morning-
like
morning to me is
7:30
like
or
that.
something goofy. like
It's
that.
usually, I mean, by morning, I mean like 7 or 7:30.
Yeah,
is
we
when
meet at like
when
7:30 and we're
used-
done at 8.
When we've had them in the past, but there's nothing
No,
saying we have to have
no.
them at that time. We can totally have these in the afternoon,
All right, let's do it in the afternoon.
okay? So, now we need the time. What time works for our time limited?
Me?
Looking at you and Nate. Everyone else said
I think just for work
whatever.
schedules.
Craig
like-
I don't-
preferred afternoon.
Yeah, I
The
prefer.
three of us are wide open.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So
with
anybody
whatever.
who has a preference,
I don't care.
like
Just not Friday.
not Friday, I'm good with that.
So like 4 or 5 o'clock?
Yeah, is there a time,
Yep, that's fine.
4:30
Sounds good.
for you?
January 5th,
5th?
At 4:30.
4:30
I like it.
Okay.
p.m.
5
Go team.
p.m.
In the ITV room. Okay, we got that one done. Need a motion and a second to approve the Dakota Fire 2026 fire sprinkler inspection contract.
Make the motion.
Motion by Kay Johnson,
A second.
second by Sonstigard. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any other business? Then we will call the meeting adjourned at, what time? 7:09.